Burkina Faso just stunned the defense world. In a single reveal, the country unveiled its first-ever home-built armored pickup truck, the LX70 Semi-Blinder, a machine designed to patrol borders, face insurgents, and stand as a symbol of independence. But how did a nation known more for its gold mines than military factories build such a vehicle? What secrets lie behind this sudden leap in defense innovation? Let's find out. The news spread like wildfire across Ouagadougou. Burkina Faso has built its armored pickup truck, and it's not imported, not donated, not leased. Built, at home, from scratch. At the Synergy Sereti, Defense and Security SysDef 2025 exhibition, as cameras flashed and military officials stood in awe, the LX70 Semi-Blinder rolled onto the stage, its armored body reflecting the Burkinabe sun, its silhouette representing something far bigger than a machine. This was no ordinary vehicle unveiling. It was a political moment, a technological breakthrough, and a declaration of intent. For decades, Burkina Faso's defense forces have relied on vehicles imported from abroad, machines designed for very different terrains, purchased with conditions attached, or modified to meet challenges they were never built for. The LX70 breaks that pattern. It is designed by Burkinabe minds, assembled by Burkinabe hands, and built for Burkinabe battles. The symbolism could not have come at a more critical time. The country sits at the heart of the Sahel, where violent insurgencies, smuggling routes, and cross-border threats have destabilized entire regions. In recent years, foreign military partnerships have wavered, aid has been cut, and external equipment shipments have been delayed. By revealing an indigenous armored vehicle, Burkina Faso sends a clear message. We will not wait on anyone else to secure our future. The LX70 itself looks unlike anything the nation has fielded before. Military analysts describe it as a light armored patrol truck, compact enough for urban security operations, but rugged enough for desert warfare. Its build is sharp, angular, and functional, with reinforced panels engineered to absorb small arms fire and minimize damage from roadside explosives. Unlike foreign-supplied vehicles, often overloaded with features irrelevant to local needs, this one is purpose-built for Burkina Faso's reality, light, fast, and efficient. But the most shocking detail wasn't just the fact that the truck exists, it's how quickly it appeared. Insiders say the development program was kept deliberately quiet, operating under strict confidentiality until the exhibition was revealed. According to officials, this secrecy was necessary to avoid external pressure and interference. For months, rumors circulated of a special vehicle project, but few expected something of this scale, and almost nobody believed it would be locally made. The response was immediate. Supporters celebrated it as proof that Burkina Faso is embracing true military sovereignty. Social media erupted with pride-filled hashtags praising Burkinabe ingenuity, while military observers questioned whether this was a one-off prototype or the first sign of a full production line. Regional neighbors, too, are paying attention. Mali, Niger, and even distant observers like Ghana and Nigeria see the implications of one of Africa's smaller economies stepping boldly into defense manufacturing. International defense analysts were quick to note the strategic dimension. A homegrown armored vehicle not only changes how Burkina Faso fights, but also how it negotiates. No longer wholly dependent on foreign suppliers, the nation gains flexibility in shaping its security strategy, and potentially even in exporting its military technology to friendly countries. The question now dominating the conversation is simple. What exactly went into building this vehicle? Let's pause for a second to say, big thank you to the Black Culture Diary community, where Black voices, stories, and legacies are preserved and amplified. By becoming a member, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming part of a powerful cultural movement. Let's continue. When the LX70 Semi-Blinder rolled out under the exhibition lights, the first question whispered among onlookers was, how did they build this here? The answer reveals a story of quiet ambition, resourcefulness, and a deliberate strategy to nurture local expertise. Burkina Faso has long depended on foreign manufacturers for its military fleet, mostly aging imported pickups retrofitted with makeshift armor. But in 2023, a closed-door initiative began inside a modest workshop in Ouagadougou. It brought together engineers, welders, and automotive designers, most of them young, trained either in national technical institutes or abroad, and eager to prove that Burkina Faso could create its solutions to its security challenges. The core philosophy was simple: start with what is available and adapt it to what is needed. The team began with a commercial-grade pickup chassis chosen for its proven endurance in the Sahel's harsh terrain. From there, everything changed. The suspension was reinforced to handle the additional weight of armor plating. A new frame was designed to distribute impact in the event of roadside blasts or ballistic fire. Even the engine was recalibrated to maintain high speeds despite the heavy protective shell. Where most imported armored vehicles are designed for standardized NATO theaters of war, this one had a different purpose: to function in remote, dusty, uneven terrain with minimal maintenance needs. To achieve this, Burkinabe engineers collaborated with local steel fabricators and small electronics firms to produce armor plates and sensor housings domestically. This created a new kind of supply chain, one that did not rely on lengthy overseas shipping or foreign licenses. One of the most innovative aspects of the LX70 project was the integration of locally sourced electronic systems. Instead of waiting for expensive foreign optics, the development team partnered with university research labs to adapt commercial camera technology into rugged, military-ready surveillance units. These systems were calibrated to withstand vibration and extreme temperatures, while providing thermal imaging and long-range reconnaissance capability. The manufacturing process itself became a teaching ground. Dozens of apprentices learned advanced welding, precision cutting, and armored plating techniques previously rare in the local industry. According to officials, this was intentional. The LX70 project was not only about building a single vehicle, but about building a workforce capable of producing many more in the future. By the time the prototype was completed, it had passed several rounds of field testing, including ballistic resistance trials, off-road endurance runs, and communication stress tests. Adjustments were made to keep the vehicle light enough for high-speed maneuvers while still offering protection against small arms fire and certain explosive threats. This balancing act was critical. Too heavy, and it would lose mobility. Too light, and it would fail to protect its passengers. Perhaps the most surprising element was the timeline. From conception to prototype unveiling took less than 2 years, a fraction of the time normally needed for armored vehicle development. Officials credit this speed to the use of modular design principles, allowing each subsystem, armor, electronics, and powertrain to be developed in parallel rather than sequentially. The decision to keep the program largely under wraps until its debut also served a purpose. In a region where external actors often attempt to influence military procurement, secrecy ensured that this project could advance without political interference or international pressure. When the covers were finally pulled back, the LX70 was more than a vehicle. It was proof of concept that Burkina Faso could build high-value defense technology in-house. And now that proof exists, a new question emerges. What exactly does the LX70 bring to the battlefield? What technologies make it capable of competing with, and in some cases surpassing, imports? With the LX70 semi-blinder now a physical reality, attention has shifted to what it can do in the field. For Burkina Faso's military, this is not just about having an armored pickup. It's about having one that is tailor-made for the conflicts they are fighting. And the 67O's capabilities reveal exactly that. It is built for speed, adaptability, and modern surveillance. At first glance, the LX70 looks compact compared to heavier armored personnel carriers often seen in foreign deployments. That is by design. Instead of carrying a large contingent or heavy weapon systems, the LX70 focuses on mobility and rapid deployment. It is engineered to transport 6 fully equipped soldiers into areas where heavier vehicles would struggle. Places like narrow urban streets, rugged Sahelian tracks, or remote border zones. Its low-profile build and light armored chassis enable fast maneuvers, allowing troops to hit a target, secure an area, and redeploy quickly before hostile forces can react. Its armor protection is focused but effective. The vehicle can withstand sustained fire from small arms and is designed to minimize the impact of improvised explosive devices (IEDs), which have become one of the most frequent threats in the region. Blast-deflecting panels and an underbody designed to disperse explosive energy give its occupants a fighting chance in environments where road ambushes are common. Where the LX70 truly stands out, however, is in its integrated surveillance and reconnaissance systems. While most imported armored pickups used by West African forces are limited to basic mounted cameras, the LX70 introduces a thermal imaging system capable of identifying heat signatures from long distances. This allows for nighttime patrols, perimeter security, and stealth reconnaissance without relying on external aerial support. A telescopic camera arm, mounted on the vehicle, provides an elevated viewing angle for scanning hostile terrain or urban rooftops without exposing personnel. Inside, the LX70 doubles as a mobile command node. It features encrypted communication equipment, allowing real-time data sharing with central command or nearby units. This is critical for coordinated operations where speed and information are everything. The interior is ergonomically arranged to reduce operator fatigue, with reinforced blast-resistant seating and space for mission-critical gear. Its powertrain and mobility features also stand out. Despite its armor, the LX70 boasts a top speed exceeding 100 km per hour and an operational range of over 600 kilometers, meaning it can patrol borders or travel between rural bases without constant refueling. Engineers achieve this balance by optimizing the vehicle's suspension and weight distribution, ensuring it remains agile on both paved roads and unmarked trails, a significant advantage for a country with vast stretches of unpaved terrain. Perhaps the most forward-thinking aspect is the modular design philosophy. The LX70 is not locked into a single combat role. It can be quickly reconfigured for different missions, whether as a convoy escort, a rapid response patrol unit, or a light reconnaissance platform. Mounting points for optional defensive turrets or non-lethal crowd control equipment provide additional flexibility, making it equally effective for military operations and internal security missions like riot control or VIP transport. For Burkinabe soldiers, this adaptability means one vehicle can fill multiple gaps left by years of fragmented procurement. For commanders, it means faster deployment with fewer resources and improved survivability for troops operating in some of the region's harshest and most unpredictable battlefields. With these features in place, the LX70 is more than just a statement of independence. It is a practical tool built for a war that is already happening. Yet beyond the vehicle's specifications lies an even bigger question. What does it mean for Burkina Faso as a nation to create such a machine? Is this just about combat, or is it about something much deeper? National pride, technological identity, and strategic autonomy. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. The LX70 semi-blinder may have been built for combat, but its greatest impact might be outside the battlefield. Its unveiling marks a turning point not only in Burkina Faso's defense strategy but also in its broader vision of national sovereignty, industrial progress, and political independence. For decades, Burkina Faso has been part of a wider African story, with a reliance on foreign military equipment. From armored trucks purchased in Europe to donated vehicles from international partners, most of the country's defense capabilities have depended on outside help. That model often came with limitations: maintenance delays due to long supply chains, software locks that prevented local upgrades, and even political strings attached to how and when those vehicles could be used. The LX70 changes that narrative completely. For the first time, Burkina Faso holds the keys, not just to a single vehicle, but to the idea that it can control its military future. The political timing of the 6070's debut is significant. Burkina Faso, like much of the Sahel, faces complex security challenges that include insurgencies, illegal smuggling, and shifting alliances. At the same time, the country has experienced strained relationships with some traditional military partners, leading to questions about how it can defend itself in a rapidly changing geopolitical environment. By producing its armored pickup, Burkina Faso is sending a message to the world. It is willing to invest in self-reliance rather than dependency. This decision has an economic dimension as well. Building an armored vehicle domestically creates jobs for engineers, technicians, metalworkers, and electronic specialists, many of whom might otherwise have left the country for opportunities abroad. It also encourages the growth of a supporting industrial ecosystem, including local suppliers of raw materials, electronics, and manufacturing tools. Over time, such an ecosystem can lead to innovations that spill over into civilian industries. everything from advanced welding techniques to automotive component production. In a country looking to diversify its economy beyond agriculture and mining, defense manufacturing could become a new pillar of industrial development. There is also a strong symbolic element to this achievement. In many African nations, technological advancements are seen as benchmarks of national pride. The LX70 is already being celebrated on social media and in national discourse as a symbol of resilience and determination. It demonstrates that even nations without historically strong industrial bases can take control of their technological destiny. This shift in perception could inspire other African states to explore similar initiatives, potentially leading to a wave of homegrown defense solutions across the continent. Moreover, the LX70 is likely to strengthen domestic morale. Soldiers now have equipment designed specifically for their operating environment and mission needs, something foreign suppliers rarely provide. Citizens in turn see evidence that their country is willing and able to invest in protecting them with locally built solutions. This kind of morale boost is not easily measured, but has long-term effects on public confidence in national institutions. Critically, the LX70's success could open the door for regional defense cooperation. If Burkina Faso proves it can build functional armored vehicles, neighboring countries facing similar security issues may seek partnerships, joint development agreements, or even direct purchases. That would shift Burkina Faso from being a consumer in the regional defense market to a potential supplier, giving it more influence in West Africa's security architecture. In short, the LX70 represents more than a technological milestone. It represents a strategic shift in how Burkina Faso sees itself and its future. It signals a willingness to take risks, to invest in its people, and to define its security path at a time when the region's challenges are more complex than ever. But one final question remains. Is this the beginning of a larger movement toward full defense independence, or simply a symbolic one-off achievement? The LX70 semi-blinder is more than an armored pickup. It is a launchpad for the future of Burkina Faso's defense strategy. But unveiling a prototype is one thing. Integrating it into a modern fighting force is another. What happens now will determine whether this achievement becomes a one-off success or the beginning of a long-term transformation. The immediate priority for the Burkinabe military is production scaling. One prototype, even a groundbreaking one, cannot change battlefield realities by itself. Officials are reportedly working on establishing a small assembly line within the capital to build additional units for operational testing. The goal is to produce enough LX70s to equip rapid response teams and border patrol units operating in the country's most unstable areas. If this plan succeeds, the military could gradually replace aging imported trucks with an entirely local fleet, one specifically designed for Burkina Faso's rugged environments. Another key question is training and doctrine. Introducing a new vehicle requires more than just handing over the keys. Troops must be trained not only to operate the LX70, but also to exploit its surveillance systems, modular attachments, and command capabilities. Maintenance crews need to learn new procedures for armor repair, electronics calibration, and parts replacement, skills that could ultimately create a specialized domestic workforce for armored vehicle maintenance, a field historically dominated by foreign contractors. There is also growing speculation about future upgrades. The LX70's modular design means it could evolve quickly. Defense planners are considering options such as heavier armor packages for high-risk missions, automated turret systems for remote engagement, and next-generation communications to link the LX70 with drone reconnaissance. Such upgrades would make the vehicle a true multi-role platform, expanding its utility far beyond traditional patrols. Beyond the technical aspects, the LX70 could alter Burkina Faso's regional position. If production reaches sustainable levels, there is potential for exporting the vehicle to neighboring countries facing similar security challenges, like Niger or Chad. This would place Burkina Faso in the unique position of being not just a defense consumer, but a defense supplier, a rare achievement in Africa outside major economies like South Africa and Egypt. With exports comes influence, and with influence comes new opportunities for security partnerships and regional defense integration. Economically, the project could catalyze a new defense industrial ecosystem. Small local manufacturers supplying armor plating, Vehicle electronics and communications gear could expand their operations, creating jobs and strengthening Burkina Faso's broader industrial base. Over time, this could encourage research and development clusters, university programs focused on defense engineering, and partnerships with international firms interested in joint ventures. However, challenges remain. Funding is a significant factor. Scaling up production and maintaining a technologically advanced supply chain is expensive. There is also the matter of sustaining political will. Major defense projects often face leadership changes, shifting priorities, and public debate over costs versus benefits. For the LX70 to succeed long-term, it must demonstrate clear value on the battlefield and in national economic development. The vehicle's future is also tied to public perception. Its success depends not only on operational effectiveness, but also on whether it becomes a symbol of national resilience. If soldiers in the 60s are seen as effectively securing borders and protecting communities, public support for investing in indigenous defense technology will grow stronger. If the vehicle fails operationally or becomes plagued by cost overruns, critics could dismiss it as an expensive political gesture. One thing is certain: the LX70 has already shifted expectations. Burkina Faso has proven that, even with limited resources, a determined country can design and build complex defense technology. The coming months will reveal whether this is the foundation of a self-sufficient defense future or simply the opening chapter in a long, uncertain journey. Will this spark a wave of African-made defense technology across the continent? Let us know in the comment section. Is this the start of true military independence for Burkina Faso, or just the first step? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the Black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious Blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.